In the last episode, we do a review on the aft cockpit of the Leopard 50. We explore an underwater sea aquarium and we dive a plane wreck with a checkered history. We also dive spectacular underwater caves. This week we review the lifting platform of the Leopard 50, we explore Staniel Key Yacht Club and the charming town, and have another close encounter with sharks.
We were anchored at the north end of Compass Cay and woke to an absolutely oily flat calm. Today we planned to go to Staniel Key, so it was about a 10-mile trip. So we took the deep water route as it was so calm and we were hoping to catch some fish.
But what a total contrast to other days where we really had to bash against lots of current and waves.
Yeah.
So
it's very peaceful.
Today it's like oil.
Deep blue water. It's amazing colour. But
So-
very deep.
And where are we headed?
Staniel Key.
Staniel Key. And
Centre
that's,
of yachting stuff.
so that's where lots of exciting stuff happens with Pig Beach and Rachel's Bubble Bath
Thunderball
and
Grotto.
Thunderball Grotto that was featured in
One of the James Bond
James
movies.
Bond movie. So it's a pretty exciting place.
It is, and lots of things are really good. Internet there and really good yacht club, so
Yeah.
should be nice. Lots of people gather there, so you can get a lot of information about the other islands as well.
Yeah,
So we're looking forward to it.
yeah.
Come from here, which is Compass Cay, and then we are traveling. We are there at the moment, and we're traveling down to Staniel Key, which is here. So we've got to go in through the cut to the ocean down to here. So it's protected from the east and from the north. So it's a really nice anchorage, big bay. It's a lovely place.
And we've chosen to go on the outside to the deeper ocean because,
For fishing,
yeah,
predominantly. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's motoring anyway, so we might as well take the straight route. But we are hoping to catch some decent sized fish. Hoping.
so we'll let you know, see how that goes. So we're approaching Staniel Key. We've just come through that passage there where there's quite a bit of current that rips through, but it's quite deep and it's fairly grassy, so it wasn't as scary as we thought it could be. So this is the approach to Staniel Key. So we just got to go through these markers here and we should be good. So the bottom is quite grassy, but the current just rips through here, as does a lot of places in the Bahamas. It's very picturesque. Again, they're only allowed to build heritage type style homes in keeping with the Bahamas history. So this is quite a community here, and there's a yacht club, and there's 2 restaurants, and there's a couple of stores and places where you can fill up your gas or your propane. And yeah, there's some good anchorages plus some good moorings, or you can use the marina. So we'll see. You can see by that pole there how much the current's ripping through. this is us anchored at Staniel Key, and this is walking through the front cockpit. We are anchored in about 4 meters of water.
Turns out there is a stop on the airplane.
Looking out my back door. So here we are at Staniel Key. Spectacular water, beautiful place to hang out, plenty of stuff to do. James Bond Thunderball Grotto just over there, Pig Beach just around the corner. Alright, well I'm sitting on the back porch. This is our dive platform right here, and I'm hoping my husband will join me any minute. And we're sitting here in the shade overlooking Staniel Key, and like doesn't get much better than that, apart from our crew, who are Americans, have made us lunch. And we're having an traditional American lunch, which is peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So we've got a cup of tea and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, which we're really grateful for. And yeah, so bon appetit. So we'll kick back and enjoy our sandwiches.
It's normally what we give children for lunch, not adults.
So what are you saying?
Just so you know, it's not a traditional American lunch. We eat better than that as adults. We try. But
All right.
children get peanut butter and jelly.
Here it is. Right here, folks. Live peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Take a bite. We can see it dripping down your chin. Delicious.
It is. It's a combination of the salty peanut and the sweet jam, and then you got the bread that fuses it together. And it's actually pretty good.
Especially when you're hungry.
This might just take off. Welcome back, folks, and what are we going to talk about today?
Well, we're sitting on the back trampoline at Staniel Key, and that's the perfect time to talk about the benefits and any disadvantages of the lifting platform, which is one of the unique features that Leopard offer on their Leopard 50 and similar sized boats. Well, how do you find it, honey?
Well, I had to convince him to get the platform because I could see the benefit, and I knew I would just love it. But it was a little on the pricey side. I had to do a lot of talking. So let's talk about the advantages.
Okay, so the advantage of the lifting platform, makes loading and unloading of the dinghy spectacularly easy. As you can see from us loading gear in Lake Sylvia at Fort Lauderdale for the big trip, you lift the whole dinghy up and you unload the dinghy from the back stern, and all the heavy gear is up there at waist height, and there's no struggling with passing valuable gear across water from a rocking dinghy onto a stationary boat. So I mean, really, in that regard, it's absolutely
marvelous.
Marvelous.
One of the big advantages is the swim platform. So whether you're going for a dive and you've got all your scuba gear on the back and then you just hop on the platform and just plop over the side, or whether you actually do like I want to do, which is
what she does do all the time.
Which is sometimes it's really hot. And you don't want to be swimming around where you don't know what's in the water, or it might be really deep. So I really like the thought of being able to be on the platform and go down into the water, even if it's only just like a foot or so. You can loll around there on the platform in safety.
Yeah, and it is really nice and comfy. Yes. And because we have the targa bar with the solar panels above it, it's also in shade. So double benefit for us. We don't want to get sunburnt. We're in the shade, we're nice and cool, but we're in water and we're completely safe. So it's perfect. Because the platform is a nice big area, it's ideal for stepping off. If you're moored stern too, you can step directly off the platform onto the harbour wall, and it's basically gets you not to have to need a passerelle. So med mooring, where you put your anchor at the front and reverse into the harbour wall or the pontoon, you can step directly off your platform onto the harbour wall, because it comes probably a foot further aft than the sterns themselves. And the other advantages is once the dinghy is up and tied securely to the boat, there is absolutely no movement. It's sitting in the metal chocks, it's tied down with rope, so there's no rubbing or chafing of the PVC or hypalon, which you often get when you're using davits, because you get a bit of swinging happening and you've got it tied down in multiple places. So
Very secure.
it's very secure, and it doesn't catch any splashes either. So it's just, we find it absolutely wonderful in all those regards. What are the disadvantages? I hear you say.
Price.
The price is the major one. At the end of the day, you get what you pay for, but it is $52,000 for the lifting platform as an option. The other disadvantage is it does mean you have a bit of extra weight on the stern, and I haven't been able to confirm this off the Leopard sites or specifications, but I was told that it weighs about half a ton. So there is a bit of extra weight, but clearly we have easily been able to absorb that weight with the way the Leopard 50 has got lots of buoyancy in the hulls, despite all the other things we've added to the boat, and it hasn't affected the performance.
So how much can it lift?
So let's talk about the mechanics of the lifting platform. It's worked with two winches, electric winches, and a strap, a material strap that you have to replace every 12 months. The capacity of the lifting platform is 660 pounds. So that is what limits how big a dinghy or how big an engine you can put on the lifting platform rather than the size. Because the lifting platform goes down and then out away from the boat, you can actually drive any size of boat onto the lifting platform, but it's going to be the weight of the boat that determines how big a dinghy you can have on it.
So just to reiterate, it's not about the size, it's about the weight. So if it takes...
Size doesn't matter.
If it takes 600, if it can take up to
60 pounds.
60 pounds, that means there's a bit more room for me to eat a few more fat cakes to be able to use the platform safely. That's good news.
And also the chocks are on sliders, so they slide further out as well. So you're actually loading the dinghy right onto the outside edge of the platform. When it comes up, you pull it in close to the boat. So it's really well designed and really clever. Previous versions have had hydraulic lifting mechanisms which weren't as reliable or easy to repair as these ones. These are very easy, very pure mechanics, electric motors and strapping. Really simple to repair when you're off the grid, so that's another great feature which we hope we'll never have to use. Okay, let's talk about how it works to go up and down. Do you want me to talk about that?
Yeah.
Look, really easy. It's a simple remote control, up button, down button. It's got safety mechanisms, so you can't activate it unless the safety lever's off. If you leave it without closing the safety lever when you're finished, it'll automatically sound an alarm. The main thing you need to watch is as the boat comes up, especially coming up but also going down, just make sure that you don't have any ropes that are tangled underneath between the lifting platform and the hulls. So to get the dinghy on the chocks, you can either drive it in directly, but I must say we generally pull it on with a stern rope and a bow rope, just because we're already off the dinghy and there's only the two of us. Once the boat is sitting level with the chocks, we just hit the button to make it go up, and the boat just sits into the chocks as it's rising. The only thing that we have to do occasionally is if it's not quite square in the chocks, we have to just shuggle the dinghy sideways slightly to get it sitting right into the V of the chocks. So very simple and very easy, isn't it? And very easy to work single-handed too. The only time that there's ever been any difficulties or it's been a bit more tricky is if we're in really rough weather and there's significant waves. So the Leopard is going up and down, and of course as the Leopard goes up and down, the chocks will be coming up and tending to hit the dinghy. So in that situation, what we found works best is I go down, I stand on the platform and I physically hold the dinghy, and I get Elizabeth to raise the platform fast, so we don't just sit there at that point where it can bang, but as soon as you lift it up about 6 inches to a foot, it all stops anyway. So
At the end of the day, we've done a season, we've used the platform. We have been on boats and catamarans that didn't have the platform, so we're comparing apples to apples and considering the weight aspect. And yes, that is something that you have to weigh up, basically.
But for us, with a 50 Leopard, I absolutely would get a dive platform again.
I'm really excited about the dive platform.
So I think we should wind up now. I hope this has been really informative for you, and at the end of the day, everyone has to make their judgment and their call. For us, we give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 thumbs up, and we would do it again.
Absolutely.
So, hope that was useful, and we'll see you later.
So we've arrived at Staniel Key, and we're going into town because we've got to make an appointment or a booking at the restaurant, and we've had some lunch, so we're going to go for a meander. That sign says welcome to Staniel Key. Woohoo! Let's go exploring. So we're at the yacht club. Gate is on. So don't leave your stuff here. Oh, look, over here. Honey.
Are you putting your feet in?
No. More over there under the wall. Complains I don't put myself in the picture enough, so I've got to turn the camera around. But we're still in COVID, so we've got bandanas. We're booked in for 7 o'clock, but we've got to order our dinner now, so we've got to decide what we want. Do you want to have a look see what's on the menu?
And 1 seat at 7 o'clock.
We are having 2 catch of the day, 1 filet mignon, and baby back ribs, did you say?
Yeah.
Baby back ribs. And that comes with entree, soup, salads, and a dessert, apparently. So,
what time is it?
5?
Who cares? Cute little restaurant, all air conditioned, very civilized. Lovely in here. Little gallery in here by the look. Watercolor. Beautiful little gallery. Little tropical haven right here. Boutique.
and there's a church there for you too.
So let's go to the bakery.
I don't
See if I
need
got some bread.
Your bread is wonderful.
Go and check out the bakery. I was saying that it's really gorgeous how they, the architecture, everyone has to keep in line with the history and the architecture of the island from years ago. So it's very colonial and very bohemian.
Lots of brightly coloured buildings.
Lots of bright colours. It's so cute. Palm trees. Quick, honey. Hold this.
Oh, that's pumpkin. That's
Pumpkin vine.
pumpkin vine. Look, there's a big pumpkin.
I know. Just over.
Okay, got a whole little farm going. Look at all the banana trees.
Yeah.
Bakery's meant to be on the left, yeah. Burke's convenience store. Yeah.
Well, that's open, whatever that is, pink pearl.
There it comes. That's nice. Yeah, well stocked.
Oh. That's unusual. Hi. Good. So we're looking at we don't know how much these are, of course.
How much are your lemons?
We have liquid lemon.
Okay, that's work.
How much are the oranges? $1.50.
Bread. How much is it of your bread?
It's $6 a loaf, so is the coconut, so is the raisin. And the almond bread is $8 a loaf.
Oh, what a luxury. Fresh milk. Okay, so this is the Pink Pearl supermarket.
Other shop in town.
Competition. Obviously they're doing well because this pink house that's beside them is just being extended again.
Good afternoon. Could you
Hi.
sanitize right here for me, please? Thank
Coming
you.
in, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Hi, welcome to Pink Club. Welcome to Staniel. Could you try this for
These places here you can rent out. They've got all sorts of different going rates, $1,000 a week, that kind of thing.
Here we are in Staniel Key with Ultradash anchored just behind us, and the Staniel Key Yacht Club and Marina just to the left of us.
We're in the Bahamas! Yay!
And it is exceptionally beautiful
Oh,
here. It's really nice. So,
Just breathtaking.
yeah.
Just a little so they can see. If you have liked this episode, hit the like button, subscribe for free, and ding the dong so you don't miss your fix of the next exciting episode. Love and health from the Barefoot Doctors.